What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing a Manchester City transfer updates, including lots of ins for you guys to enjoy. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. In just under 2 weeks' time, we're going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates for you guys to look forward to stay up to date throughout all of the summer transfer window here on YouTube. So if you want to stay up to date every single day throughout June, July and August throughout the summer transfer window for all things Manchester City, then do subscribe to my channel. It is free. We're on that push to 30,000 subscribers, now less than 700 subs away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. I'm actively looking for a sponsor for them daily Manchester City transfer updates. So if that is something that interests you, then do let me know through my email. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up. 300 likes once more is the aim, and most importantly, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. So let's crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs, and we've got the very latest on Joao Cancelo. Now, Sport1 over in Germany say that Bayern Munich are keeping a very close eye on Joao Cancelo, and should he become available for a more affordable price, they would be interested. They did have the option to make their loan permanent for Joao Cancelo for 70 million euros this summer. Bayern Munich have said that's too expensive and they're not going to be paying that, so Joao Cancelo will return back to Manchester City. It's already made crystal clear that Manchester City don't see Joao Cancelo as part of their first team squad for next season, so Joao Cancelo is available for transfer, and that's why Bayern Munich is saying we don't want to pay 70 million euros, but if it's to become available for a more affordable and available price, then they would be trying to make that transfer potentially happen. We already know there's interest from Barcelona again. Would probably be a loan deal rather than a permanent transfer. I can't see Manchester City being too keen on that, because the word that I've heard from the club is Manchester City wants Joao Cancelo to leave, so it'll raise funds for City to bring in a defender this summer. Potentially Laporte leaves as well. Josko Gvardiol is the player that's been linked with Manchester City. It would need the sale of both Laporte to free up space in the squad and Joao Cancelo to fund for that transfer. So interesting to see just how much money Man City are able to get for Cancelo. We know Arsenal are interested, and apparently they would be willing to pay around 70 million euros. And if that is the case and other clubs aren't prepared to pay it, will Man City sell to Arsenal again, or will they learn their lesson? If there's not much interest and City need it to raise funds, City may be left with no choice. Now, what I find very interesting here that's been reported in Germany is that apparently Bayern Munich are willing to pay up to 30 to 40 million euros for Joao Cancelo, which is some come down, more than half the price of what 70 million euros is for the lower part of that deal of 30 million euros. So there's no way Manchester City are going to be selling Cancelo for such a small fee. However, it'd be very interesting to see if Bayern Munich do try and meet Manchester City halfway, 50, 55 million euros. All of a sudden, a fee that is very similar to what Bayern Munich paid for Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané only had 1 year left on his contract. Joao Cancelo's got a long time left on his City contract. So City do hold some of the cards here when it comes to this transfer, and it would be very much an advantage for Manchester City if we do have a club that is willing to pay that price, because to me, if Bayern came to us and said 50, 55 million euros, we'll take Joao Cancelo off your hands, I think I'd rather sell to Bayern for roughly, what, 15 million euros less than it would to receive an extra 15 million euros and sell him to somebody else in the Premier League, because Joao Cancelo is, to me, still a very good fullback who would improve a lot of Premier League teams. So it'd be very interesting to see if there is more Premier League interest in Joao Cancelo. Arsenal's name is the team that's been put out there. Not hearing any word of any other club, and demand for Cancelo doesn't seem to be too high. Maybe 1 or 2 clubs knocking about, certainly not 4 or 5, which is what I would have expected when it comes to someone of the quality of Cancelo, which is telling me that it's the price that's putting teams off making a move for Joao Cancelo. Very interesting transfer for me to keep my eyes and ears open for throughout this summer transfer window, because to me, a move for Josko Gvardiol will not happen until City manage to sanction a sale for Joao Cancelo. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got the very latest on Rafael Leao. Don't have to mention him anymore for this summer. He's officially signed a new deal at AC Milan until 2028. Very interesting. There is a release clause included on this deal. It is worth 175 million euros, but the fact of the matter is he's committed to AC Milan. Leao will not be leaving Milan this summer, and certainly Leao will not be a Manchester City player as well this summer, so we don't have to speak about that. Now, moving on, I want to speak about Lionel Messi, because I know a couple of people have been commenting saying, should Man City make the move? Have I heard the latest on that? So it's been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and other sources. It's been confirmed by the PSG manager as well, that both Lionel Messi and Sergio Ramos, both their contracts are up this summer, and both these players have confirmed that they will be leaving PSG this summer. Now, City never been linked with Ramos. I just wanted to put that out there that he is leaving PSG, just to keep you guys up to date with transfers that are happening at other clubs as well. But Lionel Messi is a player that has been of interest to Manchester City in the past. He does currently have offers from Saudi Arabia, from Asia, and from the United States of America as well. I know Barcelona are interested in crunching numbers to try and make a transfer happen. It'll be a very difficult transfer for them to make happen, but in terms of Premier League interest, not heard much about that. And certainly in terms of Manchester City, it's very much a case of that Lionel Messi train has very much left the station and that boat has sailed. Lionel Messi will not be a Manchester City player. Manchester City are very much focusing on the future and players that are going to improve our squad, rather than looking at players that we've looked at in the past who ended up not joining us, and obviously Lionel Messi getting no younger as well. A very expensive transfer when it comes to the wages. It wouldn't make sense for City to make that transfer happen, and so I'm very confident when I say I don't think Lionel Messi will be a Manchester City player this summer. Now, moving on, we've got the very latest on Josko Gvardiol. We've been speaking about him before. The latest on him, Paul Hirst over at the Time says Manchester City rate Josko Gvardiol as one of the best left-footed centre-backs in the world. Manchester City, they're keen on the move. Paul Hirst says that he does have a release clause of 141 million euros. RB Leipzig are happy to sell for around 100 million euros this summer. Josko Gvardiol is keen on a move to England and a move into the Premier League, and he's happy to join Manchester City as well. And the very latest on this is apparently Josko Gvardiol is prepared to tell RB Leipzig that he wants to leave. And for, like I said, a sale for Laporte and Cancelo needs to happen for Gvardiol to make a transfer to Manchester City. So it'll be interesting to see if any other Premier League teams try and steal a march on City, while City try and get the futures of both Laporte and Cancelo sorted. But what's very interesting is we're kind of over the first hurdle here, because Gvardiol wants to leave. He's happy to tell the club that he wants to leave, and what we need him to do now is to complete that hurdle by saying, I want to join Manchester City and Manchester City only. And if he's prepared to be patient, very much is a doable transfer, in my opinion. Now, moving on to the final transfer of this update, we've got the very latest on Mateo Kovacic. Now, Fabrizio Romano says that Manchester City and Kovacic now are really close to agreeing personal terms. Once that has been sorted, Manchester City are going to get in contact with Chelsea to negotiate a price to make the transfer happen. City already have permission from Chelsea to speak to Mateo Kovacic over a potential transfer. Chelsea are having a little bit of a fire sale when it comes to their midfielders this summer. I know Mason Mount's been linked with a move to Manchester United. He was once upon a time linked with a move to Manchester City. So Chelsea looking for sales, City looking to capitalise upon that. And what'll be interesting is, can we add a Croatian player to our team before June 10th for that good luck charm in the Champions League final? You never know. He might be there in the Champions League final. If the transfer does happen in the next week, then obviously it's done, it's dusted, and he'll be a Manchester City player for next season, and he'll be able to sit in the stands. I'm not too sure the transfer is going to get done that quickly. I know City's focus right now is very much on the pitch rather than off the pitch, but I am expecting transfers over the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks or so, will really start warming up and getting very interested. And City already putting some feelers out there for some players and already closing in on their first summer signing in Mateo Kovacic as well. So do remember, guys, I'm going to keep you guys up to date every single day, daily. Manchester City transfer updates rolling throughout all of the summer transfer window. Subscribe if you haven't already, it's free. I'll keep you up to date with all the latest City transfer news on YouTube, the go-to Manchester City transfer channel for this summer. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and slide across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you guys all again real soon. We're going to have the build-up now towards the Champions League final over the next few days or so. Massive game for Manchester City. In my opinion, the biggest game in Manchester City's history ever. So we've got that to look forward to, so I'll see you all for that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.